Okay, welcome. This video is all about marketing. I'm gonna spit you on some marketing game, okay? Now, I wish I could do this all in one take, but I'm not gonna do that. You're gonna see a lot of edits because one, I stutter a lot, and two, halfway through when I'm speaking, my mind usually goes blank and I literally just stop halfway, okay? So I'm gonna put a little bit of edits in. It ain't gonna be one take, so we'll do our best here. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 funnels which are majorly used amongst influencers, creators, coaches, and these are the top 3 funnels which you probably fell for or have been through another creator or a coach, okay? Now, listen, if you're an influencer yourself and if you have an agency yourself and you're trying to run ads or you're trying to start a personal brand and you want to funnel these people into a product or service later on down the road, I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to teach you how a lot of people have been doing it as well. All right, so let's get into it. So we're gonna go over 3 funnels, and the first one is gonna be the most simplistic funnel which anyone can do. It's probably the easiest one. We're gonna go through the second one, which I've noticed a lot of creators doing it recently, and I've funnel hacked them. I went through the whole process, the whole system. I've even had people call me to try and join their service. All right, that's how committed I was. But I had to tell them no because I'm quite truthful. I told them I was just funnel hacking you. And lastly, we're going to go over a funnel used by service-based business, agencies, more established corporations, right? Okay, so the first one is best if you're a personal brand, trying to create a personal brand, or you're an influencer at the moment with a pretty large following, okay? So the first one we're gonna go over is the organic content. Whether you're creating on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, don't know why they rebranded it. It's a fucking shit name. Still pisses me off, but whatever. The first step of the funnel and the most easiest thing you can do to get people in the awareness stage of an AIDA formula, which I'm going to show up on the screen right now. Attention, interest, desire, action. This is like the base formula of a funnel. To get them in the awareness stage, you need to post content, right? Now, this could be like what I'm doing right now, which is a YouTube video. It could be on TikTok, posting, short form content. It could be on Twitter, just writing threads, tweets. You want to start doing this so your face is out there to the world. You need to create content, you need to get a following. That's the first step, you need to get a following. Because once you have a following, you kind of build credibility and people are more likely to watch you, right? So once you have a following, let's just say you have 2,000 on Twitter, you've got around about 5,000 on YouTube, you've got 20,000 on TikTok. Next thing you want to do is you want to funnel them to your email newsletter, right? Which is this one right here. Preferably you want to do this in the link in your bio. There should only be one link in your bio in my opinion, and I've seen this work many times. If you have too many links in your bio, if it's a link tree, if it's a WAP, whatever it is, your customers are gonna get too confused, right? They don't know which one to click. A lot of them are idiots, okay? A lot of them are idiots. A lot of your audience are gonna be idiots. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? So you wanna make it as simple as possible for them. You need to treat your audience like they're 6th graders. You need to treat them like they're fucking retarded. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say retarded, but anywho, we're gonna keep saying it. Now, when you put an email newsletter in your bio, you need to produce a CTA in like 1 every 3 videos, every 2 videos. So whenever you produce a video, you need to say, check out my newsletter in the link in the bio. You need a CTA, a call to action, and you need to say this out loud. And you need to tell people this, otherwise they're not gonna take action. You might have a fair few who, they may be interested and might just go through it themselves. The majority of people need to be told, okay? You need to tell them to go to the link in your bio, and you must have that link in your bio. And I keep it at 1 link, because if you have too many links, then they're gonna get confused, then it's gonna be a problem, blah, 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 blah. Now, when you funnel them to your email newsletter, you want to tell them what you want to do. Now, I should probably make another one here. Let me just stretch this out. Okay, so when you bring them to your email newsletter, you need an incentive for them to sign up, okay? They know they're gonna get a message a lot through the emails. They probably sign up to many others. They don't want another one. So you need to give them an incentive to sign up for your email. Now, this can be in the form of ebooks. So if you're a fitness influencer and you have a decent following, bring them to your email newsletter and give away a 5-day guide on how to boost your testosterone. 5 foods that can boost testosterone. I don't know, make some shit up, right? You need to give them like an ebook, a PDF, something informative, something that you're very knowledgeable on, pack it up and give it to them for free in exchange for their email. Does that make sense? Okay, so when you send them to an email newsletter, Give them an incentive to join your email list. How do you do this? You provide them with free information. Now, if you're an e-commerce business, you'll see this a lot. 10% off, 20% off, a free guide. Whenever you go to Gymshark, they give you 10% off. When you go to bulk.com or MyProtein, they give you 10% off, right? In exchange for an email. That's an incentive for you to sign up to their email list so they can bombard you with messages. It's a marketing tactic, okay? Remember that. Lastly, in the basic funnel premises, which majority of the people use, you want to pitch your product or service in your emails. Now, how often do you want to send your emails? Minimum once a week, minimum. This is the bare minimum, right? Because you need to keep your email list healthy. Once someone comes into your email list, you want to nurture them. And how do you nurture them is by sending emails to them. Every week, you want to send them at least minimum once. I prefer 2 to 3 times a week. And you want to inform them of a certain topic, right? You want to teach them every week. You want to teach them something. You want to build that trust between you and that audience. And over a long term, you can start pitching your services. And when that trust is built enough over a certain period of time, they'll click on your product or service and they'll buy your product, right? So in the AIDA formula, you've got the awareness, which is your content. You're providing free content for them. You've got the interest, so they click onto your email newsletter. You've got the desire, which basically means they're reading through your email newsletter and they want to buy something that you have to offer. And then action is your product or service, link it in your email newsletter, which they buy and they click and they take action also, right? So in the funnel, you can see you're bringing them down the sale. You're bringing them down the sale. I should put a fucking arrow here, hold on. Basically, you're going down, okay, I'm stuck. I don't have to make an arrow, I don't have to twist it. You're going down the funnel. This is the basic funnel. If you've got a personal brand or you're an influencer, use this. It's the most simplest one you can use. It's effective and it has been used countless of times, which means it's a proven method, okay? Content, email newsletter, product or service, basic of funnels. The next one, which you may have seen on TikTok, this is the funnel used by Cardinal Mason, Ben Bader, Tom Stoic. These are the copywriting guys, whatever. They use this exact same funnel. So watch this, okay? So it's the same as usual. The top of the funnel, they're going to use social media content, all right? Social media content is always going to be the first layer if you're a personal brand or you're a creator. It's always going to be the first layer. It's easy and a free way for you to raise awareness of yourself to a certain audience, okay? The next up you want to do is live streams, which I didn't put here, but you want to do live streams. You want to build that trust. You want to build a personal connection of your audience, which means through live streams, you can talk one-to-one with them through the comments in the section, not actually one-to-one, all right? Next up, you do free webinars, okay? So you may have noticed with certain people, such as Tom and Mr. Mason, right? They do webinars, but it's free. And why they do this? Essentially, they're not at the point to reveal you their product or service yet, right? Because you're not nurtured yet. And so how they nurture you is giving you a free 1-hour session on their knowledge on copywriting, how to gain clients or whatever, okay? And it's a free webinar. They go in webinarjam.com. You can create one there. And they give away free webinars. And at the end of the webinar, they kind of pitch your product or service. I absolutely suck at explaining. I'm not going off a script over here at the moment. So I really hope you guys understand exactly what I'm saying because I suck at explaining everything. Now, after the free webinar, they're most likely going to pitch you on their product or service. If not, they're going to get you in their free school community. All right, you've noticed both of them have a free school community. The reason it's free because their paid product or service is within that school community, okay? So you got social media content, the awareness, a free webinar, which is still free. You're still trying to nurture your audience, trying to get them warmed up, build that trust. You then bring them down to your school community so you can bunch them up all together. And lastly, it's the paid course, which is at the bottom, okay? So if you go to a school community, you will see that they have 1 free class or 2 free courses. The rest of them are locked and it'll say you need to pay for this course or you have to unlock at this certain level or whatever. You've got to pay for that basically, okay? That's how they get you down. And those free 1 to 2 courses in their school community, it's further building trust and they always leave like a hook at the end for you to buy their product or their course. Now, it is very effective. Why? Because one of them is a millionaire. Cardinal Mason earns millions a year. He earns around 200,000 a month, okay? So you know this stuff works. Okay, and some extra notes over here. Throughout the web, whenever you go to social media content and you go to their webinar, through the webinar, they're going to collect your email, your number, and your name. And through that email they're going to collect from you for you to get into that webinar, they're going to pitch you some email marketing. And same as before, they're going to build that trust over through email, teach you a couple things, send you emails, use certain frameworks within the emails to get you to click on their product or service. And you can see through the webinar to the school, they're giving away more free value. So you as a consumer are sitting there like, what the fuck, I'm getting so much free information. This might be a viable career for me to take on, copywriting. And next thing you know, you want to go balls deep into this particular skill. But in order for you to go balls deep, you need to buy their course. And they've persuaded you to buy their course because they've convinced you that it's one of the best skills to learn. Which I do agree myself, it's one of the greatest skills to learn, copywriting, especially in the digital economy. And lastly, they get into the paid school or community, right? That's the basic funnel, which is used by Tom and Cardinal himself. And it's also used by many, many creators, which you'll see in their funnels if you click on the link and all that stuff. Lastly, okay, if you're a service-based business, if you're an agency, if you're like a corporation, if you do B2B specifically, this is for you. Now, you can do free content. It is a great way, but free content usually attracts people who are brokies, who have no money, okay? And if you're a B2B service, you always have a high ticket. You're offering around 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 per service, okay? So you can't really sell to an audience which are free because the majority of them are broke. They got no money, bunch of brokies, okay? So what are you going to do instead? You're going to do ads. You're going to do Meta ads, you're going to do YouTube ads, you're going to do TikTok ads. And in the back end of the ads, you can target a particular customer, such as someone with a higher income bracket and all that stuff, which you can do in Meta. I know that for a fact. Okay? So, next up, once you do your ads, someone, say a business owner, will come onto the ad and be like, oh, okay, this is interesting, this could help my business out. They'll then go through and click the link on your ad, which leads into an opt-in page. Now, we're not selling the opt-in page yet. We're just giving away free information. Just like before, just like in the first funnel and the second funnel, we're just giving away free information. Particularly, you don't really want to sell on the higher levels of the funnel. You don't want to put the landing page straight away. The reason is because the audience has not been nurtured yet. And if you pitch your service too early, they're going to get frightened, they're going to get pressured, and they're going to walk away. Okay, you want to warm them up. It's like dating. You don't go to a date. You don't go to, I'm in London, for example. You don't go to, I don't know any restaurants in London. Anyway, you go to a fucking date. You don't say you want to fuck as soon as you see them. You don't do that. You need to warm yourself up, okay? You'll be like, hello. Do a little flirting, a little role play. And at the end of the date where, you warmed up, you know each other a bit more, then you can say, oh, come back to my place, okay? You've warmed them up. The funnel, whenever you do a funnel and whenever you go on a date, it's practically similar. You need to, build that trust up. You need to build trust. They don't know you yet, especially if you're from a cold audience. They don't know you. So after the opt-in page, they're going to send you to a free webinar, a free training course, or a free resource. It's the same process. This whole funnel is the same as the one they used by Tom and Cardinal Mason. The only difference is that they're using ads at the top of the funnel instead of free organic content. And so they'll bring you down a free webinar. You click on a free webinar, and in that free training or that free resource they sent you, there's going to be another CTA, another call to action, which is going to go on your actual landing page. And where you see that book a call, that's going to be the landing page on your book a call, okay? That book a call is going to be on that landing page straight after the webinar, free training or free resources. I've seen many times where the book a call is on the webinar itself. So after you watch a 30-minute video, a 20-minute video, now you're like, oh shit, I really need a service to my business so I can get to the next stage, to get to 20, 30, 40K a month. There's a call to action at the bottom. And particularly on that free training webinar, there's always going to be testimonials at the bottom, for social proof, right? This is CRO, conversion rate optimization, one of the landing page 101s, testimonials, okay? I'll go over this in future videos. That's not yet, okay, not yet. Now, when you go into the opt-in page, but just before you go into the webinar, the free training, and free resource, you're going to get email marketing. And it's going to be an email sequence, as you can see over here. What the fuck? Over here, what the fuck? Go away, go away. go away, there we go. Okay, when you're doing email marketing, and many times as soon as you opt in for an email, you're gonna get an email sequence. It's gonna be up to 3 to 4 to 5. And this is going to warm you up, keep you engaged in the email, and they're gonna pitch your service at the end. And then you can see here, product or service. So these are the 3 main funnels. So I'm gonna go over this all over again. If you're a personal brand or you're an influencer, this is the most simplest one you can use. Organic content to an email newsletter, and to get their emails, you provide a lead magnet, such as an ebook, PDF, or guide, whatever, and then you pitch a product or service within the email. The second one you can use, if you have a course, is social media content to a free webinar, to a free school community, and then you have a paid course within the school community which you can funnel them to. Okay, that's number 2. Now, the more complex one for service-based business, more for B2B, is starting with ads at the top of the funnel, which is the awareness stage, and you bring them down to your opt-in page, which you then also collect the emails, so you can do email marketing and then do an email sequence to your free webinar, to a book or call, or to the CTA. So you're bringing them down, you're building that awareness, you're warming your audience up, your potential customers. You know, you're building that trust before you sell them or pitch your service. You never want to pitch your service at the top. Okay, I don't say never, you can, but the likely chance is you're not going to convert very much because there's no trust between you and the customer. Okay, so that is it. So in my newsletter down below, which you should sign up to because it is free, I'm going to teach you copywriting, funnels, CRO, landing pages, all that good stuff for your marketing if you're a B2B or you're a personal brand or an influencer. It's perfect for you. And I'm going to teach you all this in my email newsletter, which I'm going to send out twice a week, potentially 3, could be 4, depending how I'm feeling. But you're gonna get it regularly, that's for a fact. And you're going to learn something, okay? So I'm gonna leave it here, I'm gonna edit this video, I'm gonna post it to you guys, giving away free sauce. Like, I'm giving away free sauce here. I do speak very fast, so if you guys think I speak too fast, let me know in the comments below. I will slow down my conversation and I will try my best to get this all in one take because I do struggle to do this in one take, especially if I'm not running off a script, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video.